There's another fascinating side to this that I wanted to talk to you about, which is the opposite end of this spectrum. You call them super recognizers.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you test for that as well.
We do.
And am I allowed to say that your husband was a super
yeah,
recognizer?
he'll love the shout out. Yeah.
Which I find amazing that, like, because only a very small proportion of people get classified as super recognized as well, and you live and have done for many years
and never knew it.
Yeah, right under your nose.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about super recognizers and the opposite end, and what how that helps you with face blindness, maybe or maybe not.
Yeah. So the original intention when we set out to look at super recognizers was actually to further our understanding of prosopagnosia or face blindness, because coming back to this idea of whether face blindness is a condition or whether we're just looking at people who tend to be the bottom end of a typical distribution. If that's true, you then would expect to have people at the top end who are equally as good as these people are bad.
Yep.
Follows.
Makes sense.
And so that was where the motivation to first look at super recognizers came from. And of course, we found, yes, there is this distribution. Some of our colleagues in America were the first to look at this as well. And they first introduced this term super recognizers when they found, I think it was 4 individuals who were exceptionally good at face recognition. And then we started to look, and we found a number of people. And once we got that out in the media, suddenly we were contacted by hundreds, I think I can say thousands now, of people who think they could be super recognizers and have taken our tests.
So people are more willing to want to be labelled as a super recognizer.
They are, I think. Yeah, different reasons, I think. And a lot of the earlier work that we did with these super recognizers was very much to try and understand, well, what is it about what they're doing which makes them so good? And if we can understand that, could we actually teach that or change that somehow in people with face blindness? Now, things very quickly moved on because people with more of an interest in forensic psychology actually saw these super recognizers and thought, hang on, these people could actually be really useful to law enforcement, passport control, security, and so on. And the field really jumped on quite quickly then to this possibility, and that there was a much bigger influx of work, and some of that we worked on here at BU was actually exploring whether super recognizers could be of assistance to the police.